Welcome to the Kavkas View, and today we have got great news. Christian Pulisic gets the winner against Mexico. Kai Havertz gets another goal for Germany, which makes it 5-9. Conor Gallagher gets one of the best achievements of his career so far. We will be talking about that. And finally, we're linked with the one and only Coman. And Kounde, yeah, he ain't recovered since Chelsea. We're the one that got away. And sadly, I don't think he's ever going to recover until he joins us. Yes, Bratu, that's the 5 stories we're going to talk about today. Those 5 stories are engaging, they're impactful, and they're interesting. It's international break. I know you miss Chelsea. I know I definitely miss Chelsea. Boston Celtics have been irritating the crap out of me. And I thought I'd give you guys an impromptu video for your Sunday nights. Make sure you check this video out till the end, because these 5 topics are fun, engaging, and interactive. So all I ask from you as a penalty charge and as a favor, because you're all nice people, every single one of you, I see you behind the screen, I really do, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your thoughts, alright? Which goal was better, Kai Havertz or Christian Pulisic? I know you've all seen it. Let's get on. We're going to start with the US men's national team, and Christian Pulisic makes a debut 14 minutes in and scores an absolute beautiful header. Some people said it's Cristiano Ronaldo-esque. I don't know about that, but it was very good. It was a goal that defies Christian Pulisic's Chelsea career. A lot of people think he's just a dribble merchant and doesn't offer anything else. I personally disagree. I think he's very good in the box. His movement is actually arguably one of the best for the forwards at Chelsea. I think it's better than Callum Hudson-Odoi's. I think it's better than Kai Havertz's. I think it's better than Mason Mount's. And I do think it's better than Ziyech's as well. When the ball is coming in, he's always on the move. He loves to be on their back stick. He loves to get in front of the defender. And this is how he got his goal. But I have seen a lot of people get carried away, calling him a star boy, calling him a generational talent, and saying he's the saviour to Chelsea's prayers. I think we need to calm down. I think we need to be realistic with who this guy is. And the reason I say that is because any moment he can get in, we need to see an extended time period where he stays fit, he revives his career, and we need to build him back in slowly. He's only played 14 minutes of football for the USA. He's got a game against Jamaica. Let's hopefully he plays and wins. Personally, I want Jamaica to qualify for the World Cup, so I don't know if I want Pulisic to win. But it is what it is. I think we need to just manage expectations, be realistic, and be happy about it. As of this point, as I'm recording, Mr. Kai Havertz gets another goal. That's 5-9 for Germany, and it's against Armenia. The goal's a very good goal. It epitomizes Kai Havertz, in my opinion. There's good movement in the box, gets in the end, and finishes it off in the 6-yard box. Kai gets a lot of tap-in goals, partially due to his length, because when crosses come in, he's got a long frame and he knows where to be, so it's a bigger chance of him hitting it due to the long legs. And more importantly, his movement is actually very good. He's smarter than most defenders, so he always remains one step ahead. I really like the sound of that. I like the way he is. So for me, Kai Havertz needs to remain a key integral piece at Chelsea. A lot of fans want to be on his shoulders right now due to the price tag that he came in with. I always say one thing about price tags, right? And I need to remind myself, because I'm not very consistent. Price tags are what the club's willing to pay for you. If a club's willing to pay 100 mil for you, that's fine. Don't blame the player, blame the club. But I think Kai hasn't been as bad as everyone's making it sound. Kai won us the Champions League. Kai's got a few good performances under his belt. And Kai is a young player that needs time to develop. He will learn his game, he will develop, and one day he will prosper. So be realistic, be safe with him, and most importantly, just give him some time to adapt. Now talking about dreams coming true, Conor Gallagher gets called up into the England squad. That's actually a Mazzoline, that's madness. When you think about it, Conor Gallagher's career did not look like it was going to in the right trajectory. So he went to Charlton, played very well. Went to Swansea, had a very good loan there. After, he made the wrong move. He played for Bilic at West Brom. It started off very well. They played good football. And Mr. Sam Allardyce came in, and his style of play just did not suit Conor Gallagher's attributes. For example, they skipped the midfield. They went straight over the top, and he had to run in behind, basically. He had to get involved. And it just didn't suit him. Sometimes managers make players as much as players get results. It's as simple as that. If you don't fit a certain man's system, the likelihood is you're not going to be developed in the correct way. You're not going to shine the way you're meant to. But he went to Palace this year. He's been balling out, getting goals left, right, and centre. And more importantly, I think the key here is he's been standing out in that team. And I think when you go on loan from Chelsea to another Premier League club, the likelihood is you need to stand out as the clear, definitive best player there, or maybe in the top 3, to have the opportunity to come back and flourish at Chelsea. Do you understand what I mean? Because if you don't, big man, are you really going to come and play for Chelsea if you're not even Palace's top 3, 4 players? So the balance was there, and getting an England cap epitomizes his hard work and gives him the reward he deserves. Because as of yet, Conor Gallagher has not been a terrible player. He's been a very, very good, impactful player. And now he's going to be getting a call-up for England, and he deserves it. I've been very critical of Conor Gallagher because I saw him in pre-season and I said it looked like a player that was out of his depth. He didn't look like he belonged in the double 6 position. But in the 8 for Palace, he looks very good. He looks very tidy. And he's making me eat my words. And one thing you're going to get on this channel, when I'm wrong, I will admit that I'm wrong. Pride, yeah, is one of those things where you need to have in a respectful way. But you can't be crossing lines. Some people just flat out say, oh, I always believed in him. Didn't always believe in him. I really didn't. And I think he's been good enough to the point where he's shutting me up. And I want him to shut me up because it's best for Chelsea if we sell him for a high fee, or more importantly, if he breaks through to the first team. Another story, and this one's kind of interesting. Chelsea are monitoring Kingsley Coman. And Kingsley Coman is an interesting player. Look, Kingsley's won the league in his career, I think, every single year. I don't think he knows how it feels not to win a league. He won 3 at PSG, he won a few at Juventus, and he's won a lot in Bayern Munich. I think it's 9 or 10 league titles he's already got at his young tender age. Of 25, like, that's a madness when you think about it. And now he's linked with Chelsea. So the issue here for me is, right, one, we're monitoring. So we monitor a lot of players. I think Chelsea as a club would most probably have 10 to 15 players on the list that they monitor consistently. And when one of them blows up, it's like, all right, cool, he moves up the ranking, and eventually they will go chase him. Because when you go into a transfer window, and I think a lot of people don't understand it, you never go in with one name on the list. Because the reality is you can't go with just one name. Because what if the other club doesn't want to sell, or the fee is too high, or the agent fees are too high? So you go in with a big list, or maybe 4 or 5 players on that list that get narrowed down from a bigger list. You go with option A, B, and C, D in some case. Kingsley Coman, I will bet my bottom dollar would be on that. Like, I genuinely will bet you. And one of the reasons he'd be on that list is because he fits Chelsea's profile. He's a very good young player, great attributes, quick, energetic, decisive in the final third. The only problem with me is his productivity in the long run and staying fit. Is he the right choice now for the money he's going to cost? I know he's got disputes with Bayern over his contract. That's a fact. He wants a bigger deal, but Bayern aren't willing to pay him that because Bayern have a strict structure, because they're not owned by a rich state or rich oil owner, or like they are a fan-owned club by 51-49. And at the end of the day, they have a lot of influence, but they don't have enough monetary funds to keep him. Whether I want him, whether Chelsea will sign him, is rare to see. But I just told you guys this story because we're going to be linked with a lot of players, and journalists need to release stories and we need to cover them. But the only issue is, don't believe everything you read. I think he's just a player that we're monitoring. Nothing concrete yet. Speaking of concrete though, the fact of the matter is, Jules Kounde was concrete. Jules Kounde was so concrete, we got PTSD after us. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Literally, he is stressed. He openly said, we've impacted him. We have actually impacted him since the deal broke down. And for me, this is mad because in his head, he most probably thinks he was good enough to play for Chelsea. He was ready to, and then Sevilla asked for more P. Or in this case, they asked for a release clause. It's really mad because I remember covering it, and I know I actually gained a lot of subs during that period because a lot of people wanted to know what was going on with Jules Kounde and throughout the transfer window. But Chelsea actively had a bid accepted, and then Sevilla changed the stepping stone because Sevilla didn't want Kurt Zouma. So who's laughing now because Kurt Zouma's balling at West Ham? But the fact of the matter is, Kurt didn't want to go to Sevilla anyway. He thought and felt he wanted to stay in London. He's having a great time. But Kounde's openly said he's over it now. and he's ready to concentrate on his football, but it really impacted him. And I think in the long run, we don't think about what the implications are for these players when you don't get that move. When you expect to be moving, you must probably start packing your bags. Like, mentally you're thinking, I'm going to be living in a new city, I'm going to be living around new people, and I'm going to need a new strategy. But it is what it is. Peeps, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Chelsea are back next Saturday, I think, and bruh, that can't hurry up, man, because I don't want to watch international football. It's kind of dry, it's kind of boring, but it is what it is. Peace out, I'm out. Hit that like button, 200 likes, let's go. Have you hit it? Yeah, see you later, bye.